What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the shed. How's everybody doing tonight? Monday night. Welcome everyone to BSing in the shed. I was thinking about changing the name of the show to Golden Token. Not Golden Token, but Gold and Token. Because that seems to be the two things that we wind up doing while we're here hanging out on Monday nights is getting some gold and toking some herbs. So I was thinking maybe I might change the name of BSing in the shed to something else. I don't know. Maybe I'll just leave it alone, and it'll be like on the down low name that we all kind of refer it to it as. Be like, oh yeah, did you catch Golden Token the other day? Be like, yeah. And then everybody go, what's that? And be like, oh, nothing. It's it's a new cryptocurrency that isn't doing well. And then they'll be like, oh, I don't know anything about that crypto stuff. And then they'll just walk away because you said it's not doing good. Because people don't care when crypto's not doing it. They only want to hear about it when it's blowing up and like, oh, man, it's everything. And they're like, you missed the boat. And, oh, damn it. And, oh, diamond hands. I'm a bag holder. It's all fucked. Yeah, I'm not bitter. Not at all. Should have sold at 75. Should have sold at 75. But oh well. Anyhow, how's everybody doing tonight? I hope the weekends treated you all well. I hope you all had better luck with your pay dirt experiences and your shoveling out in the wild than I had this last weekend. That was some bunk ass dirt. That's really all I can say about it, man. That was some bunk ass dirt. Like, I try to be as kind as possible and as impartial. Like some reviewers will be like, they'll try to find things to hate on reviews. I try to be more look at the good in the pay dirt, right? You know, here it may not have been great, but here's the good things about it. You know, like maybe they'll throw some gems or something in it, and they're like, that's kind of nice. But yeah, no, this one was just fucking garbage. I won't necessarily say it quite that harsh on the review itself. I again try to be impartial, but god damn, it was terrible stuff. There was one piece of gold in there, man. And the way they talked it up was like, oh, this is the richest material right off the bedrock surface. We pick at it with a pick and a shovel and my nose and blah blah blah. It's like, man, weak ass shit. Like I've honestly gotten better dirt digging the hole that's going to be the foundation of my new shed. Like gold actually was in there. So this stuff, you know, that chunk that was in there was what they added, because that's how they can guarantee there's gold in there. But man, outside of that was some for $37. I was weak. Now they may have actually sent me the wrong bag, because they do sell an $11 bag, and if this was their $11 bag, it's actually a pretty all right anyways. Not great, but if this isn't the $11 bag and that's not the screw up, man, these guys are scamtastic. Don't buy their shit. And then the gems they had listed on there were all nice and chunky. Man. I got freaking jelly beans, man. Not even jelly beans. These are like jelly bean crumbs that were polished again. That was ridiculous. I'm going to throw these in the sloppy seconds tonight. Somebody else can have those. Otherwise, I'm going to throw them in the garbage. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for the reminder, Jonathan. Smash that like button. If you're drunk and you stumbled in and you don't know where you're at, make sure to hit the subscribe as well. We don't hold it against you. In fact, you're probably in the right place anyways. Fish tank rocks. You know, I'd actually thought about doing a pay dirt, because I do some wild pay dirts, right? And I don't split hairs about, you know, is this natural pay dirt or what? No, most of my pay dirt is fantasy pay dirt. You're not going to find this kind of dirt anywhere unless it's something that I went out to the river myself and dug up. And then I'll say that, you know, like tonight's sloppy seconds is pay dirt from where I go out to the river. There's probably gold in there because that's why I'm digging there. And so that plus whatever we get out of the dirt we run tonight, that'll be somebody's sloppy seconds. But like, otherwise, you know, I'll make up some crazy fantasy dirt, but I'll lean into it, you know. I'll make a theme to it. You know, I don't like it when they just throw a bunch of random jelly beans in pay dirt and they're like, "There's your gems." Like, there's no theme to that. Like, let's be frank. You can go on Amazon and buy these jelly bean gems for like by the pound, you know. So that's why I try to be, yeah, like the unicorn poop. I just throw as much craziness in there. They're just fun, you know. That's the whole idea. The whole idea is about having fun. You know, you're not going to get rich doing pay dirt, so, you know, you want to have fun when you're doing it. You don't just want some boring-ass dirt, and that's the biggest thing. Even though there was gold in this dirt, it was just one chunk, and so knowing that there's just one piece of gold in there, it made the whole thing a waste of time. You know, if there was more gems and stuff in there, if they had been a little bit more heavy-handed with their jelly beans, that would have made up for it. But man, they couldn't even be bothered to put a whole pinch of gems in their pay dirt that's supposed to be gem pay dirt and showed big chunky gems, right? Yeah, but if you're going to put little itty bitty gems, you make up for it in volume. If you're going to put big gems, well, then they're big gems, and that's kind of is what it is. But did I put the? Yeah, I thought I put it up. I might not have pinned it though. Let me. Boop, boop, boop. Let me go find it. It's like one of the first things that was posted. There it is. Pin the message. All right. If you're new here or you just were paying attention and I wasn't, go click on the top. There's going to be a link popping up there right about now that will let you leave a comment on the giveaway page. And at the end of the show here, we'll give away our pay dirt as we always do to one lucky viewer. Leave a comment there. Make me laugh. Be witty. Be funny because we're all going to see what you wrote. And yeah, and if you feel weird about giving me your address, well, then don't participate because I got to send it to you. And if you don't give me your address, I can't do that. But if you're cool, leave a comment. Win some dirt. I have most of your guys' addresses by this point anyway, so shit. We're cool, right? You guys trust me. I'm not going to show up at your window, your door, anytime. Y'all like, what's going on? How you doing, neighbor? Fuck, you don't even live in this neighborhood. What do you do? What do you know? Anyways, so, enough of the weird. Let's see. What's gold going for this week? My computer decided to reboot itself, so I got to bring up all my links. What is it, JM Bullion? Is that where we go to? I don't want to go to the ad. There we go. And Gold Ask. There we go. All right, let's see what the gold stuff. Hey, why isn't this working, man? There we go. All right. JM Bullion tells us that this week gold is pricing itself at $1,759.41. This is how much you're going to get for a troy ounce of that shiny, which is like what, 32 ounces or 32 grams? Man, I wish I had 32 grams of gold in my pocket right now. I'd be a happy man. And in fact, I would just be showing it to you guys and be like, hey, look what I've got. Isn't that cool? Rolling it around in one of those big vials. Someone sent me some big vials. And I feel like I'm never going to have enough gold to put in them because I keep selling it back off in pay dirt. So I got to get like a big ass amount of gold really fast. So I'll have it to put in one of those big vials and fill it up and be like, oh yeah, that's the stuff. One of them big ouncers. Gold's real price? Well, what's the difference between the spot price and the real price? Where does the real price come from? What determines that? Aside from like extrapolation of what people think the value should be. Like, is there somewhere it's trading for that much? Because that's where I want to sell my gold, if that's the case. Sell it industrially. No, you want deflation. Look at silver. Silver's been so horribly deflated and just held back in value over the years. It's ridiculous. That's why everybody always says silver's going to take off. Silver's going to take off. It probably won't because it hasn't, and it's by design not to. Silver is the secondary. Until there's a point where there's a actual supply-demand swing of an industrial nature, because like jewelry doesn't count. Jewelry is bullshit. In fact, it annoys me just to go to the jewelry store because I know that every single thing there is only worth a quarter of what they're trying to sell it to you for. So that whole market's just bullshit. So you can't really base it off of that. You know, that's the biggest fixed market there is. And I'm stoned, so I forgot what my tangent was actually steering towards. But I got to complain about jewelry and how it's a scam and how you shouldn't buy jewelry. Just don't buy the shit. Unless, you know, somebody in your life really likes the shiny things and, you know, then go for it because, you know, we like to make people happy with things that are shiny. And if, you know what, gold is, you know, gold and it's shiny, so I can not completely not understand why people like to adorn themselves with it. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. They've always been saying silver's the next big thing. This is way longer than even just the 80s. This is ever since like Greek times when they stopped valuing it properly. Maybe not in Greek times. I'm stoned and I'm just like bullshitting, but it's been happening for a long time. But once there's a industrial shortage of it or a demand for it that's not being met, that's what will really fix the market. Right now, there's plenty of both. There's no supply or shortage of either. It's just who can get it out of the ground fastest and provide it for the cheapest amount to the people who will pay for it. Yeah, I mean, that's inflation, right? Everything is going to go up. At some point, it's going to have to go up just because the market's going up. And maybe it'll slingshot past everything. That'd be cool. Unless I don't have any at that time, and then I can't get any because it's too expensive. So, but if you're pulling it out of the ground and you're getting it for free, then yeah, the value going up is nothing but good. I got to get out to the river one more time at least before it gets too cold out here. Yeah, 500 an ounce is very, very reasonable. I'm surprised it's still down where it's at. You know, with as much speculation and shortage as it did come into last year, silver was just, you know, you were expecting it to at least be around 50, 60 bucks an ounce right now. But it never materialized. It just kind of sat there at what, 27, I think was its high point, somewhere around there. And it just kind of slid back down to where it's supposed to be. Yeah, that's the thing. There's too many money markets out there playing with the value of the world. And when you have too many markets playing with the value of the world, it just throws everything into chaos. That's why things don't inflate the way that they should, because the value that they should be eating up is being eaten up by something else that has no tangible existence. Digital currency screwed the commodities market in that regard, because there's not enough commodities to make up for the currency. And that's the secret of the economic fail, is we have more money than we have stuff to cover it with. So the world is a credit card. And there you have it. So bleak. So bleak and sad. Right? Supposed currency. That's why I laugh at like Bitcoin and digital currency. It's cute. None of it's very efficient compared to like the systems that were already in place, handling trillions of transactions a year and shit. But you know, it's an interesting pyramid to see being built, you know, in our modern day. Um, it's a big pyramid of Beanie Babies, man. Oh, speaking of Beanie Babies, I keep reading online that Beanie Babies are blowing up again. Like, I keep seeing this, and then I keep seeing the same articles saying, oh, if you have this one, and it has this, and this, and this, then it's worth $500,000. And then I go to see, like, where they're actually selling them, and there's no bids on any of them, and they're like, that's not $500,000. It's very, very misleading. But it has encouraged me to really go back through what I have, and figure out if there is any actual value in there, and get it out there, and get some money. Who decides that? The market. As with everything, the market decides the value of everything. How much somebody is willing to pay is how much something is worth, right? But that's also the confusing part of it, is who decides that? Who says this is worth this versus that? Why is this Beanie Baby worth 5,000 and that one's only worth 3? Whatever it is, it's not the one that you have, right? Isn't that how it always works? But I will say I have that goddamn Princess Bear. So that one's got to be worth at least $50. It's funny. I believe it was like the inventor of Dogecoin, or somebody of some merit, was interviewed, and they likened the cryptocurrency market to Beanie Babies. You know, they were mentioning, you know, it's kind of like the Beanie Baby thing. It's like there's going to be all this hype driving the value up, and then there's going to be so much supply that tries to meet that demand that it devalues the commodity, and then the commodity has no value because it was oversaturated. And he's like, you know, kind of like Beanie Babies. And it's like, and he was like saying, but Doge isn't like that. And I was like, well, but wait a minute. And then he was like, yeah, because look at how much Beanie Babies are worth now. And then he points out those articles with those magically rare ones that don't actually exist or never got sold. And it was just funny. It's like, well, man, you just really don't understand the whole premise of Beanie Babies and how that market dissolved. And how it was a great education for bubbles bursting. So that was a crazy one. What's going on, John R? How you doing today? Pet rocks. You know, that one's stupid. That one I think was just stupid, because really, you could just go outside and get yourself a damn rock, right? You can't just go outside and pick a Beanie Baby up from the ground, so there is some more reasonable scarcity to it. But, I mean, I have pet rocks. You know? I don't name them, but I definitely keep rocks, and I don't talk to them or take them for walks. Except the gold, which is technically a rock. So I guess we all kind of have pet rocks, don't we? See, now you're throwing stones, and you're like, oh, throwing stones. No pun intended. I wish I had gold big enough to pet. Man, if I tried to pet my gold, it would just go all over the ground, and then I wouldn't have my gold anymore. Oh, you got one of the old school Pyrex, right? Weren't they like white with green lettering or flowers or something on them? Yep, yep. I know way too much about way too many things for no reason at all. I'm. It's weird. I'm just this repository of useless, stupid information. You mentioned some weird reference of something, and I don't know what you're talking about. If not, I'll just make up part of the story, and it'll be close enough to true, and you'll think I know what I'm talking about. Really good at doing that. I mean, I definitely have rocks that I like better than other rocks. Like I got that really cool. Oh shit! I just found some gold. All right, I like finding gold. It's always good finding gold that you already own. So it's not like you really gained anything; you just didn't lose it. But still, it's a nice feeling, right? I keep doing that. I'm like, I'll snuffer something up because I'm dicking around with some dirt, and I'll put the snuffer up, and I'll be like, all right, I'll go do some. I don't know why. I just think I'll do something with it later. I'm not ready to put it in a thing or weigh it or anything, or whatever. And then I'll keep using that snuffer for random stuff, and it'll pile up, and then I'll forget it's up there. Then I'll grab another snuffer and do that. Before I know it, there's like 3/4 of a gram of gold sitting in various snuffers, and I have no idea where any of it's from or why I left it there. But I'm not complaining. I like finding gold. Gold that I didn't know that I had. That's always the best. You know. Hey, Julie, how's it going? Hey, you've probably gotten your dragon dirt. Have you gone through it yet? How did you like it? Let me know how you liked it. Nobody's given any feedback on that one yet, so I'm curious to see if it was a nice challenge or if I need to put more black sands in it. Something. That one piece of gold. Man, I was so mad I almost threw it. I almost said, fuck this. But then I thought, no, because it's still gold and I shouldn't take it out on that piece of gold. The gold did no wrong, you know. It was a victim of its own right, you know. It got mixed up with a bad crowd. And it is what it is. But hey, what can you do? No worries. No worries. If anybody does a review on it or they just want to give me some feedback on it, I'm always happy to hear it. Dig Daddy at backyardprospecting.com. And you can send me an email there and I'll be happy to ignore it. I'm just kidding. I respond to pretty much everybody who messages me. Unless you message me some weird shit, then I'll probably still respond to you. And I'll probably send you some weird shit of my own. And then we'll have a lifelong friendship over the weird anime shit that we watch. Anyways, so some new dragons. Yes, the new dragons is the Halloween dragon. It's basically the old dragon, but updated with a little bit of a twist. It's got a couple extra gems in there that weren't in the original. The opals are more substantial. Not as many, because there was a lot of chips in the old dragon. The new dragon, those opals are substantially bigger. They're rocks. They're little rocks. I don't know. I had a little baggie of them, and I was going to show you, but now I don't know where my little baggie... Oh. So this size, much more substantial. So some of them might actually be able to be trimmed and cut into something functionally wearable, usable. I don't know. You'll have to find that out for yourself. But there's a few of those in every bag, along with all the other stuff that goes in there. And I have quite a few bags left, so if any of you have not picked one up and you are interested in one, head over to backyardprospecting.com into the prospector shop under the specialty pay dirts. You'll find that along with my unicorn pay dirt. Yes, yes, way bigger than the last dragon. Most definitely. But I got a few of those left. I made about 20 bags. They're about half of them are gone. So if you're interested, like I said, head over to the shop. And then check out all the other stuff on there too. I got those the snuffer koozies and all that other stuff. I don't want to turn the live show into an advertisement for myself, but I'll just say go over to the shop, check out my shit, buy some stuff, and it's all legit. There you go. So let's see. We know how much gold's worth now. It's $1,758. So we know what to do when you get some gold. You put it in a snuffer with a koozie. What's next? Well, how do we get gold? We sluice. You guys want to go check out some sluicing? You guys tell me. What are you down for? You can just sit here and bullshit some more. I'm totally fine with that. Which one, John R? What are we talking about? The koozies or the bags? I said a lot of shit right in there. How to get a golden shovel? You head over to Amazon.com and you do a search for shovel bottle cap opener. And then you'll find a whole bunch of them. And that's how you get one. I don't have them on the site. I haven't really stocked up on any of my own. I thought about doing that at some point, but as you can, or maybe you can't see here, the shed is a very cramped space. So I'm trying my best to not have a lot of merchandise and stuff hanging around in here. Additionally, I do have a free-range frog in here, and I don't want him crapping on merch either, because he kind of does his thing every now and then. I mean, he keeps his shit mostly out of sight, out of mind. I'm afraid someday I'm gonna move something and it's gonna be a big pile of frog shit, but usually I don't see it. So, as for Mooch, he's, I haven't seen him today. I think he's probably hiding back there somewhere as he usually does. But I did redo his house. I'll give you guys a tour of Muchas' house real quick. So, you know me, I got the 3D printer, and so I built this. I took a couple models, trimmed them down, and created this, what you see here. So he has a cool perch over here to sit on. There's a little tub in the center for the little wormies to hang out so they don't get all into the stuff and dig underneath and hide. And I made sure to trim this area out here so that there was, room so I can put the moss down. But this is the new pad. This is the new place he gets to live and hang out. But he hasn't been in there. He took off ever since I tried to put him in there. But he's getting a little bit more comfortable with me. Like, he won't completely run away from me now. Like, he accepts to go onto my hand to some degree, but only as a means of getting somewhere else. So he doesn't try to run from me. He knows I'm not trying to eat him, but he still doesn't want me messing with him. So, we're working on it. We're working on that relationship. Awesome. Well, I'm glad that's working for you, Joni. Anybody else who's interested in getting one of these leaving the pond? Oh no. Oh, I'm sorry, John. I forgot to get around to that question. The dragon's Halloween dragon is, I want to say it was, I got it for $35 up there. Let me look. $35 plus the ship. But the Dragon's pay dirt is a high difficulty pay dirt, intentionally so. A lot of magnetics in there, a lot of black sands, heavies, garnets, garnet sands, and there's a lot of fine gold in there. I put all my fine gold in. I save all of my fine gold for the dragon pay dirts. And when I say fine, I'm talking flour and, you know, like 100 mesh, sub 40 mesh, sub 50 mesh, really small stuff. So it is intended to be a challenge. If you go through it too quickly, you're going to miss a bunch of shit in there. There's not a huge amount of gold, but you're going to work for it. But there's a ton of gems in there. Half the bag is gems, to be frank with you, because it's mostly all garnet. So yeah, the dragons are the small ones. I did used to do the dragon horde, which was a much bigger bag, but it costs twice as much, and it was a lot harder for me to produce because it was a lot more material. And I make this stuff by hand. I crush all the rock up right here in the shed, the volcanic rock anyways, and then I got to source all the stuff to make it from a lot of different places, overseas to get the rubies and the opals. Just it's some tough stuff to put together, and it's some pretty tough stuff to go through. So, I mean, the Dragon Hordes is just a bigger bag of the dragons, really. It was just more of that material. I have one bag of that left. Actually, I got one bag of everything I've made, and I got it in the closet, and I'm gonna bring it out at some point for something, some special occasion, a blue moon, a dragon's horde, a holopay, and the most special of the unicorns. I made one really special unicorn bag that has gold in it. Also, well, the original unicorn had a little itty bitty teeny bit of gold in there. The newer unicorn has a little bit more. Well, let me check something real quick. But so there's one of those. But yeah, I'm sitting on those. Who knows when they'll come back out? Special occasion. Maybe there'll be a giveaway or an auction or something for them. But I moved over to the smaller bags just because they're easier to ship, especially when people buy like 2, 3. Cool. Just yeah, hit up the site, man. Everything's over there. Just waiting for you guys to gravel and gobble them up. I even got some micro sluices on there now. Got like 5 Dream Map micro sluices. And what else do I have over here? I got the raffle tickets. So if you haven't picked up your raffle tickets, you can pick those up at the Prospector shop. If you need or want a header for your pocket sluice, I have that available as well outside of the toolkit, as well as a couple toolkits. Check out the stuff. Yeah, good call, Rich. Definitely classify the big stuff out of there. Most everything big in there is going to be gems, so that's an easy cheat, right? Anything over probably 20 mesh, there's no. I don't think there's any gold in any of them that's over 20 mesh. It's all going to be below that. So if you want to get a lot of the stuff out of the way to begin with, that's a good way to do it. That'll also help catch a lot of those gems without having to pick them out of the sand. So good call. If you own a blue bowl, this is some pay dirt that would not be a bad idea to maybe run through the blue bowl and give that a shot. Fuck, I can't talk tonight. Yeah, the little black bags are my favorite ones. I like these ones because even though they're a small footprint, they're the kind that kind of expand out. So that means I can put bigger rocks in here. Like the old small bags I used to have, they didn't have the opening at the bottom. So the big rocks were hard to put in there, and there would be no space for dirt. So I really like these ones. These ones have worked out pretty well. I'm just going to keep doing everything in these bags, except for the really hard black sand ones. Those will still go in the red bags just because I like how those look. And those are also puffed out ones. You know what, Bob? You're right. You're right. You hear me tripping over my words. I'm just like, burp. And clearly, it's because I haven't smoked enough here. So, Gold and Token, as we said, is the new secret title of the show. So let's get on to both of those things. Let's fire up the sluice. Let me unplug my heater, because I'm not going to need it right now anyways. Figure out which one of these cables belongs to my power for the sluice. I think it's this one. See, that's the other thing. I've got so much stuff here. I got wires on wires, and I don't even know what's what anymore. Woof. Yeah, I got a little heater at my crotch, man. I can't let the jewels get cold. Gotta keep the boys nice and toasty. It's cold out here. You see me wearing this big fluffy jacket? Well, you know, B. Greenie, what you could also do is, depending on how much volume you're doing and how much it might even be worth it for you, if you were to start a GoDaddy website of your own, they have a $25 a month add-on for e-commerce that you can then set up a store that basically uses your PayPal as a payment system. That's what I do for my site. Everybody takes their cuts that they're going to take anyways, but it makes it a lot easier, at least for you to have a site. Alternatively, you can, as an individual seller, just set up items for sale on PayPal. That's what I used to do through PayPal. You can't really monitor quantity that way, so that can be kind of a iffy thing if you don't have a lot of an item made, but then you just have to do refunds. So that might be something to look at. If you're doing enough volume, it might just be better for you to have a website. Even just a really basic one, just a one-pager just to do that. GoDaddy makes it real easy to set that up. No, it's $25 a month. So that's what I'm saying. You got to be doing enough volume that makes it worth it. That it would be, you know, that $25 add-on, because it is a full-on e-commerce setup for you. It makes it so easy, though. That's true. You can do Etsy. A lot of scammy, crappy pay dirt on Etsy, though. It might. The only problem with those services like Etsy and eBay is, yeah, they have a lot of fees attached to them. So if you can take away as many fees as possible and whittle it down to just like the PayPal one you're going to get anyways, that's, in my opinion, the best way to go. Speaking about ways to go, let's head over here to the sluice. That one. There it is. Now, as we do, we got the micro sluice on top of the micro sluice. And we're going to use that one to run that roaring camp hater. Yeah, profits are really, really, really tight. It makes it hard, man. That's why I'm upfront with everybody. Like, you're not going to get like the most gold out of my pay dirt. But I'll try to make it as fun as possible. But at the same time, you got to remember that everything I sell is a means to support the channel. So if you're looking for high ROI, you probably want to go elsewhere. But if you love you some Dig Daddy, backyardprospecting.com in the prospector shop. Because now you know I have to pay every month for that shit. Let's run some dirt. God damn it, I did it again. Why don't you guys stop me when I'm about to do that? Yeah, that's what I basically do, is I just give shit away. I really wind up just trying to break even, and that might be my problem. I gotta not think of making pay dirt as a pay dirter. I gotta think of it as a pay dirt seller. But then there'd be nothing good about my dirt. It'd be just like that shit that I did last weekend. There's some gold right there. Right there in the unicorn head. Ooh, there's some more gold right there in the unicorn head. Ooh, there's some more gold in the unicorn head. There's a lot of gold in this scoop. Man, I ought to start panning through this on the off days for myself. Shit. That's true. That is true. Yeah, you know, I noticed that. I noticed the shipping cost went up after I shipped, like, because I didn't pay much attention to it, and I shipped like 5 boxes, and then I looked and I was like, oh, wait a minute, what? It's fucking $8.69 now. I think I'm just gonna switch to first class though, but the problem with that is there's no insurance on that. So I like the idea of having insurance on the pay dirt, but the reality of it is I've only needed to use it once, and it's a big pain in the ass. I did it again. I did it again. That's for sure, man. There's not going to be gold this far down anyways, but that dirt was bugging me. Ah, my joint. My joint fell away. It's on fire. Bastard. Mark Miller, you're late to the party, man. We were talking about you too. Where the fuck is Mark? Damn, dude. He's late. I'm just fucking with you, Mark. We're glad to have you, man. Glad you can make it. Alright, since I fucked up, throw a little bit more in there. We'll run that too. There's 40 people in the chat. Damn, we're blowing up. 41. Make sure you hit that thumbs up. If you haven't already, do click on the link above the chat and leave a comment on the giveaway video, where you'll get the gold that's sitting here in this little sluice inside of some of my sloppy seconds, which is made up this week of my pay dirt that I got out at the river last week. Unfortunately, I haven't made it out there yet this week. I was hoping to make it out there today, but then I remembered my car is in the shop because we got rear-ended last week. Or my wife got rear-ended last week. It wasn't her fault. She was sitting at the light about ready to get onto the freeway, and some dumbass, not paying attention, came up and smacked her. So our element's over at the repair shop right now. I really wasn't looking to drive my car out on a back road. It may have all-wheel drive, but it's not really a four-wheel drive. Thank you, Josh. Yeah, she's fine. She's a little bit sore. She got checked out at urgent care, but she's doing all right. The party who hit us claimed that he didn't know about the insurance, so he deferred to his mom, who was supposed to have called us back with the information, but she mysteriously never did. But that's why I have insurance, so I just handed her over to Geico, and I'll let them deal with her. If they want to press charges or whatever, then that's all good. They shouldn't be assholes. All right. I'm going to use my new little pan here. I got to do a review on this thing. This has very quickly become my favorite pan next to my main pan. But the reason I like this pan so much is it's so small. It has these awesome riffles on it, giant riffles on it. Like a pan this small shouldn't have riffles like this. It's just too good, right? But I got to do a review on it. I haven't gotten around to doing that yet. But I'm not going to be able to season it on the review because I already did that because I've been using it. This is my new river pan. This is the one I take out to the river for sampling before I start digging in. I like it because it fits in a bucket. No, it's not a Garrett. It's the GPAA. I think it's like a 10-inch pan. It's their mini gold catcher 2. But it's small, but it has a huge bite. I guess that's the best way I can explain it. You know? Like, it's got a good working area. I can fill this thing all the way up, shake it down, and be confident that any gold that was in that pan is at the bottom, and I can just fast pan it out. And I know these giant riffles that are built into it are going to catch anything. No gold's going to go out the front here. You know, so obviously it's important you stratify it. The XP pan, is that the one with like the funky texture on it? But that one has some high walls on it, doesn't it? That's the other thing. The XP stuff is kind of pricey. Like, I like me a $10 pan. Like, you can get yourself a super sluice, which is, you know, arguably one of the better ones, for like $8 off Amazon. This bad boy here is only $11.99 on the GPAA site. I think you still have to pay some shipping too. But you can get it in a kit. It comes in a kit that comes with a little bag of gold pay dirt. So I think between the pay dirt and this, the kit's like $25. So you get a little bag of pay dirt and this pan. Pretty good deal. All right. Let's snuffer it up. Give you guys a peek of that. I don't know if you guys can see that. Let me turn it this way. There you go. There's your gold, baby. Nice little chunkies. Couple little itty bitty. Not really any flour in this one. Hey, you belong over here, buddy. That guy's trying to run away. That might be Micah. All right. So there you go. Let's snuffer it up. Likewise, I'm trying to start to like the Garrett snuffer, mostly because it's so expensive. I feel like I have to like it. Oh no, this is absolutely more than that last review. This is probably double, if not more, than what I got in that review. Even with that big, I mean, that little chunk was nice, but it wasn't $40 bag nice. A snakeskin sluice. Well, but I don't know how well that would work. I like the Dream Mat. I think the Dream Mat does an excellent job. Plus, those guys over there are super generous. And they were really supportive when I told them about that toolbox sluice. I thought that was a really cool thing. Whoa, where the hell's the cup? There's the cup. Tighten this thing down. All right, let's cook some gold. So I've been thinking. You guys see the little setup that I use here to cook my gold. And I was wondering if people might be interested in buying these setups pre-done. It would come with, of course, an aluminum hook to hang somewhere for you. This would be the desktop version, not the toolbox version. And of course, a cup that fits it perfectly. Additionally, if you don't have one, I can throw in a torch so that you can actually dry it out. It's not a dab rig. Come on. This is for drying your gold. And you know, I would have it in different colors too, like blue, green, maybe even red. Would that be something you guys might be interested in picking up or adding to your toolbox? Or your toolkit, rather. They're in your sheds and your garages. You mean these, Brian? Yes, indeed. These are Backyard Prospecting branded Bic lighters. Unfortunately, I'm an idiot, and I spell shiny wrong. I'm one of those people. And, yeah, so I have lighters for a while. And there's always a huge sense of pride whenever I light something up with a lighter that has my logo on it. It's like, yeah, that's my lighter. And then you know nobody's going to be able to steal my lighter because they'll be like, oh, no, I got this at the store. I'd be like, bullshit, dude. Those are Backyard Prospecting lighters. Those are my lighters. They're like, all right, you got me. Come on, you fucking stoners. I know how this game works. And I will win. Yeah, no, I know they're slick. These are so slick. Let me tell you a story. The first batch that I bought, somebody at the Bic factory stole 2 of them out of the package before they packed them up and sent them to me. So that then they wound up having to send me another set. That's how badass these are. That somebody at the Bic factory, who could have just went to the computer and said, yeah, just print me a couple more of those. Those are dope. He was like, nah, fuck that. I'm just going to gank that shit right out of the package and still ship it to me like that. But hey, I got a free set of them out of it, so whatever, dude. Rock on. Okay, I hope I have a new fan, and I hope that they're watching here with us tonight. If they are, rock on. So that's the story behind the lighters. Super exciting, I know. I'm excited. That's all that really matters. The Mooch. Yeah, the Mooch is an interesting one. See, the Mooch one, the Mooch logo, I don't mind. I have a Mooch shirt. I'll wear that out, just wherever. I don't give a shit. People are like, yeah, I like their shirt, man. Like, yeah. I was at the state fair, and one of the ladies on the ride who was working the ride, she's just like looking at me. And she looks up at me. She was looking at my shirt. It's like, hey, I'm up here. And she's like, yeah, I wish I was doing that. And I was like, oh, you like gold panning? She's like, smoking. I was like, oh, yeah. We did kind of talk about Mooch. Mooch is... Freddy's somewhere. I don't know. I haven't seen him today. He's hiding in his space. He doesn't want to come out. He may actually be mad about the change to his house. I think he might have become comfortable in there, and now he's mad that I changed it up. But it's a lot nicer now, so whatever's, Yeah, I got a special run of those Mooch stickers, and I sneak them in to locations where I think they belong. So, like, any of my patrons who bought that Dragon Pay Dirt, I snuck a Mooch sticker in for them. So, it pays to be a patron. Because I do shit like that, and I don't tell anybody about it. They're just like, hey, I love this sticker. And it's like, yeah, that's right. Me too. It's an awesome sticker. All right. Let's weigh some gold. Let's see how much we got out of this, and let's pick somebody to give it away to. So, we're over here at the weigher scaler. How's the glare? I think we can do better. Okay, we're going lights out. All right, you guys can see it now. Right? No glare, right? Now, hopefully, I hope to see Mooch before I leave here. I just like to make sure he's okay. I get nervous about him as well. Like, if he goes off on his own, he may not make it back, right? All right, I just want to make sure that we're all good here. All right, let's weigh out some gold. Let's see how much we want up. See how much better this scoop of dirt from Roaring Camp is than that crap that I paid 40 bucks for yesterday. If anything, even if it weighs the exact same amount, which it doesn't, what are we at? 0.103. Yeah, so 1/10 of a gram. There you go. That just makes me that much more disappointed with that shit over the weekend. You know? That was just a scoop of some rando pay dirt. That, well, not really rando pay dirt, but some good pay dirt. You know? That's just the stuff. That's just the stuff we use. But there you go. Now it's in some better pay dirt. Cleaner pay dirt. From the river. I dug this from the earth with my hands. My back, my hips, my legs, and everything are still sore from obtaining this pay dirt. So my sweat and effort goes into this one for you guys. So we got 1/10 of a gram, and then whatever is in this pay dirt, because this is unsearched from the river, from my spot that I was getting my gold. There's probably not a whole lot of gold in there in just that little bit, but you never know. You never know. A few color is more than was in that dirt that we did this weekend. That's for damn sure. You try to tap this out so all opportunity to get gold is here. Every little bit that went in this bag is coming out, or at least until I get tired of doing this, which is going to be pretty quick. And then you get whatever's whatever. There. All right. Because you never know. That one little flick might be a little, not a picker. Well, you never know. Maybe it's a picker. Maybe it's a fucking 10-gram nugget. Fuck it. All right. There we are. Where are we at? Are you guys ready? Did everybody go leave their comment on the comment page? If you feel like throwing a tip at me, click the link below, the Streamlabs tip, and you can toss me a $5 or $10 or $20, $100, or I don't care, whatever you want to toss. I'll take it and I'll go buy some dirt with it. Otherwise, just click on the other link and leave a comment so we can pick somebody to give something away from to. Looks like we got about 48 people watching tonight. Holy shit! I think that's a new record for the stream. 48 people. God damn, that's awesome. Thank you everybody who's joining us tonight. You know what? Let me go back to the me screen so you can see my face and you know that I'm being sincere as I say. Thank you all for joining me. You know, it's really awesome to have you guys all here. And I really appreciate you guys taking your time out of your Monday nights. I know Mondays can be a pain in the ass for everybody, and I appreciate that you guys are giving me your time and hanging out with me and my stupid rambling ass out here in the shed. Now, yes indeed, if you haven't already hit that like button, please do. And if you haven't left a comment on the page to comment, go do that, because you're going to run out of time here because I'm about to go pick somebody. We are blowing up, and that's awesome. That is awesome as hell. You know, once we hit 1,000, then YouTube will start throwing that sweet ad money at me, and I'll be making like 30, 40 cents a video, dog. Shit. I'll be rolling deep in that YouTube Skrilla, my dudes. Shit. Hell yeah, you guys, if you haven't subscribed to him already, go check out John R. Prospecting's website or his YouTube channel. He does video reviews as well, and he has a pretty sweet setup that it might look kind of familiar to you. I didn't have anything to do with anything of it, but it looks kind of like mine. Backyard Prospecting brought to you by Manscaped. Hey man, I'll sell out a little bit for cash. That's what keeps everything working, you know. I'll try not to get too cheesy on you guys, though. I promise I'll keep it real. Well, I appreciate that, B Green. If you got the blues and coming here makes you feel better, then that makes me feel better, because I'm happy to host these things, you know. Like, remember we started off with like 8 people hanging out here, and we got 50 now. That's awesome. You know, maybe one of these days, you know, we'll have 100 people, 1,000 people in here watching, you know, hanging out with us and bullshitting and smoking some herb. Maybe it's the title. Maybe that's the key that I've been missing. You know, I'm thinking I might buy some of those. No, there I go wanting to. See, I have all these ideas, but they all require holding merchandise in my space. And I really don't want to do that because I don't have a lot of space. Now, when I get the other shed built someday, maybe, hopefully someday, I'll have a little bit more space, and maybe I want to carry more stuff, and I'll have more stuff ready to go on the site. But right now we're in a 5x7 plastic shed, and I've got way more stuff in here than I should, and probably some things that are maybe a fire hazard, but shh, don't tell nobody. I do need a shed building party. For sure. Yeah, the shipping, I'm sure, because it's not a small thing, you know, that bucket they include is going to take up a lot of space. If you could work it out with them to just get the rig, they could probably put that in a much smaller box, ditch the bucket because you're going to toss the bucket anyways. I mean, you're using it, but I don't know. I think that sluice, you get a lot better use out of it, kind of the way I have it set up, where you have more of an open end, and you can put a bigger catch tub. You can scale that up. That bucket that they have it in really limits how much material, like we were talking about earlier, it limits how much material you can run through it, because that bucket's going to fill up at some point. And you want to avoid that as much as you can. So if you have a removable tray, you can take stuff out of the way without having to shut everything down. So I think that's the better setup anyway. So if you can get it without the bucket, that might save you a lot on shipping too. So, but that might be maybe an idea for me to do, is get some of those and sell them without the bucket. But they might not like me doing that, taking their product and reselling it. I don't want to really do that anyways. I don't like doing that, or people who do that. Take somebody else's thing and then resell it. I mean, unless they're a seller, you know. Like, that's their thing. They're like a store. Otherwise, you could probably get it cheaper through, you know, the source. Yo, Shane, what's going on, man? Good to have you in the stream. Thank you for stopping by. And thank you for highlighting my video of your pay dirt, man. I got so many people who came through and viewed that. That was crazy. Keep sending them this way. All right. Well, it's that time. Let's give away some pay dirt. Let me go find my comment generator thinger. I think I have the... There we go. All right. Let's hop over to the GAW page. Remember, these GAWs are provided by me, from me. YouTube don't do shit for this. And yeah, there you go. All the disclaimers. Let's get our comments. We got 42 of them. Some of you guys are sandbagging. I'll give you a couple seconds to work it out. 42, 42, 42. All right, y'all have had enough time. I've been preaching this long enough. Let's see who's going to win some dirt. And tonight's winner is Ted Sharp. Congratulations, Ted. You are tonight's winner of the Sloppy Seconds. Congratulations, sir. I think I probably have your address, but go ahead and send it to me anyways, just to make sure that I have the most updated, and I know where this goes, and then you can get my Sloppy Seconds, man. Rock on. Hell yeah. Good times, and thank you. Thank you for tuning in, and thank everybody for tuning in. Much appreciated again. You guys could be doing a million other things with your time, and that you spend some of it with me really means a lot. And I thank you all so much. Have a great time hanging with you guys, and we will catch you next weekend for the pay dirt review, and of course next Monday once again for Gold and Token. I'm gonna have to make a logo for that now. Here, BSing in the Shed, Monday nights 5 p.m. Pacific, and rock on. So everybody light them up if you got them. And let's go get some dinner. I will catch you all later. Peace.